Hey friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim. This is Kim After 50. After taking 21 cruises in the last year, I've noticed some trends, whether that be from fellow cruisers, in cruise groups that I'm in, or just people that know me asking me questions or complaining to me about their cruise experience. I've noticed that there are several mistakes that I see happening over and over and over again. So today I'm breaking down seven of those mistakes for you so that you don't make them and so that your cruise experience can be smoother, more fun, just overall a more enjoyable experience. So let's get right into it. Number one, embarkation day is day one of your cruise. So if you have a 4-day cruise, after embarkation day, you have 3 days left of your cruise. You want to maximize the enjoyment of your embarkation day. So my tip for you with this is make a plan ahead of time on what you want to do on that day. Your vacation doesn't start when the ship sets sail. Your vacation starts as soon as you step foot onto that cruise ship. So have your plan in mind. Know where you want to go to eat. Pack your carry-on to include your bathing suit and a cover-up so that you can go ahead and take advantage of the pools and the hot tubs. Plan what you want to do on day one, just like you do on every other day of your cruise. Don't waste this precious time. If you're on a 4-day cruise, embarkation day is 25% of your cruise vacation. So don't waste that time. Have a plan going in. Know what you want to do. Know where you want to go. Be prepared in your carry-on for your carry-on to take you through day one so that you're not counting on your luggage to be delivered to your room before you can change out and get going on your vacation. Have everything you need for an enjoyable day one in your carry-on with you. Number two, booking the wrong excursion. And by wrong, I just mean either overpaying for your excursion because you book it through the cruise line and you don't know you have options, or feeling like the only excursions you have available to you are those that you can book through the cruise line. And so you miss out on some things that the cruise line may not be offering. Picture an asterisk right here when I say this. If you feel safer booking with the cruise line, book through the cruise line. If that's what it takes for you to feel safe, because if you don't feel safe, you're not going to enjoy your cruise. And if you're a first-time cruiser, I might book through the cruise line just until you feel like you have some experience. I just want you to know that booking through the cruise line is not the only option that you have. There will be people when you get off the cruise ship in port that are willing to sell you excursions to do all kinds of things. But if you want to book ahead of time, there are third-party vendors that you can book ahead of time. One of my tips for you with this is to, actually I have 2 tips for this one. One is to join your cruise group on Facebook. I say this on so many videos. If you're sailing Royal Caribbean Wonders of the Seas on March 12th, I don't even know if that's a real cruise, but if that's what you're sailing, then go to Facebook and search Royal Caribbean Wonders of the Seas March 12th and find that group and join it. Because there will be people in there that are sharing their experiences. There'll be people in there that may be booking an excursion together. There will be people in there that have information that you need to help you plan these kinds of things. The other Facebook group that you want to look for is the port-specific Facebook group. So if you're going to Cozumel, Mexico, look for the Cozumel, Mexico cruise Facebook group for ideas and things to do. Now, my second tip is if you're booking with a travel agent, or even if you didn't book with a travel agent, you could probably still do this. Travel agents have access to third-party vendors that book excursions. A lot of these vendors have money-back guarantees. They have guarantees to get you back to the ship on time. Some of them require full payment in advance. Some of them just require deposit in advance and full payment day of. And those are 9 times out of 10 going to save you money on that excursion. And often it'll be the same excursion that you can get through your cruise ship. So talk to your travel agent. And this is why I always recommend a travel agent that specializes in cruising. Talk to your travel agent to see what they suggest you do in that port. And maybe if they have some third-party vendors that they've dealt with, that they know are reputable, that can save you a coin and also give you the peace of mind of if I have to cancel because we're rerouted, they'll refund my money, and they're guaranteeing me that they're going to get me back to the ship on time. Number 3 is packing for brochure weather and not the actual weather. I see this all the time. People pack for sunshine, not understanding that it can get cold in the evening on those ships, whether on deck or inside the ship. It can get cold. Also, if you're sailing the Caribbean, anywhere in the world it can rain, but the Caribbean, if you're sailing in the Caribbean, I want you to expect some rain. Maybe you won't get any, but expect some rain. So throw a travel umbrella or the dollar store poncho in your bag just to make sure that you're ready for the real weather and not just showing up expecting to get the brochure weather. Mistake number 4 is forgetting about gratuities. Listen, nothing is going to ruin your mood faster than getting that last day statement and seeing those gratuities on that statement and you have forgotten all about them, or you weren't fully aware of them, which you should be, but maybe you forgot all about them. Maybe you miscalculated in your mind what they were going to be. Or maybe you're on a cruise line that does not allow you to adjust gratuities and you were expecting to be able to adjust gratuities. If you're in the cruise community long enough, the biggest debate we have in the cruise community, and this debate has been going back for as long as I've been cruising, so almost 2 decades, I know, and that is whether to leave the tips on, take the tips off, adjust the tips, tip cash instead of automatic gratuities, all those things. Listen, gratuities are real. And if you're not expecting them at the end of your cruise, it can be a gut punch. More than that, if you're not ready to cover them at the end of your cruise, they don't let you off that ship. So you got to make sure that you are anticipating your gratuities. My tip on that is prepay your gratuities. That way, you know, when you get on the ship, that's not something you have to worry about or think about. Go ahead and prepay those gratuities. Also, know your cruise line's policy regarding gratuities. I know of at least one cruise line, Margaritaville at Sea, that does not allow you to remove them or adjust them. I know other cruise lines that do allow you to remove or adjust. The important thing is that you know your cruise line's policies. You know how much you're paying per person per day in your cabin. Overall, I would just suggest prepay the gratuities. That way you don't even have to think about it. Mistake number 5 is trying to do everything on the ship. Listen to me. You cannot and should not try to do every single thing on the ship. My tip for this is to pick 2 or 3 things a day that you really want to do, that you feel like will make your vacation extra special. Do those things, and then anything else is a bonus on top. Anything else that you can fit in around your 2 or 3 things a day that you want to do, just add to the trip. But trying to do every single thing that looks interesting to you could leave you exhausted at the end of a vacation. I don't know about you, but I have taken vacations where I need a vacation after the vacation. And so we don't want to do that. This is your cruise. It is not a checklist. Mistake number 6, ignoring motion sickness until it's too late. Like, I've been on cruise ships where once the seas are rocky and people are starting to feel motion sickness, then they start asking where they can get medicine for motion sickness. You don't want to wait until you're feeling sick to reach for Dramamine, ginger, C-bands, put your patches on. By then, it's already too late. If you know you're sensitive or you fear you may be sensitive, take something before sail away. That way it is already in your system. Prevention is always easier than trying to fix it later. All right, mistake number 7 is not budgeting for the little things. And friend, the little things add up. It's not always the big purchases that break your vacation budget. It's the little things like a can of Diet Coke, an extra picture, the cash tips that you need for taxi drivers, the candy that somebody wants from the candy shop, going to the arcade. All of those kinds of things add up. So make sure that you budget for all of those little things. So my tip for this is to set a budget, set a daily spending budget, but more importantly, stick to your budget. And then carry a little wallet or envelope of cash for all the tips that you're going to need to give or just want to give. On our last cruise, August was struggling with his steak, and one of the waiters came over and said to August, not us, which I loved, because it was kind of like a man-to-man kind of thing, even though August is 7 or 8. Let me help you with that. And he cut August's steak. And he didn't have to do that. We didn't ask him to do that. It was such a nice gesture. And we were happy to have cash to be able to, after dinner, give him a tip just to say thank you. An extra above and beyond tip just to say thank you for that extra above and beyond moment. On your cruise, you're going to have moments like that. You're going to have a taxi driver that is phenomenal. And so rather than tip him a few dollars, you're going to want to give him a really generous tip. You're going to have a room steward that is incredible and wants to hear about your day and does the extra little things that you need done to make your cabin comfy and cozy for the week, and you're going to want to tip them extra. So make sure that you bring cash for those kinds of tips. Overall, make sure that you budget, set a daily budget, stick to that budget. One of the things Bianca did on our last cruise, which was the first time the girls had to cover their own spending money, was that she bought gift cards ahead of time so that when she got on the ship, she had those gift cards that she could go ahead and add to her account and not have to worry about her onboard spending. So if you're not good with saving the cash, go ahead and buy those gift cards. And as always, make sure you look for good deals on gift cards. Sometimes you can get your gift cards 5%, 10%, 20% off. So if saving the cash is kind of a struggle for you, buy gift cards. Every time you get paid, every time you have a little bit of extra money, buy a gift card so that you're ready for your trip. I said 7 tips, but here's a bonus. Make sure that you have travel insurance. Okay, I buy a travel insurance plan that's annual so that I don't have to buy it every trip. And because I travel so much, it just works for me. But make sure that you talk to your travel agent, talk to the cruise line you're booking directly about making sure that you have some kind of coverage, because all kinds of things can happen, from something minor like your suitcase being damaged, which some travel insurance policies will cover, to missing a port, which some insurance policies will cover, all the way up to having a medical emergency on a cruise, which some travel insurances will cover. So you want to make sure that you are covered on your vacation. So that's a bonus that I wasn't even going to put in. It wasn't in my notes, but it popped into my head at the last minute. So I'm giving y'all that one for free. Okay, so that's it. That's all. That's my 7 plus 1 bonus tip I have for you. Common mistakes that I've seen made or heard about being made over and over again. Tell me in the comments, what was your rookie mistake? No judgment. We listen and we don't judge, because we've all been there, right? Now, if you are planning a cruise soon, please check out my playlist. I have tons of cruise videos on my playlist, from my day-to-day activities at sea to cruise tips and more. So check those out. If you haven't already, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you thumbs up the video and make sure you leave a comment in the comment section to help us out with the algorithm. I'll see you on the next one, maybe one day at sea or somewhere else down the road. Bye-bye.